Welcome back. The news in details. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi on Monday witnessed the kickstart of the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank annual meetings in Egypt's Red Sea resort of Sharm el-Sheikh. President el-Sisi also attended a debate session of the AIIB meetings on the role of development banks in mobilizing the capital needed for boosting investment in infrastructure. Meanwhile, the head of state met with the bank's president and chair of the board of directors, Jean Lecun, on boosting joint cooperation.
President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi on Monday witnessed the kickstart of the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank AIIB annual meetings in Egypt's Red Sea resort of Sharm el-Sheikh. Addressing the meeting's opening session, President el-Sisi said that over the past 8 years, the state had spent immense amounts of money to improve the infrastructure status in a short timeline in support of the country's comprehensive development drive. The president called on the Asian Bank to provide more low-cost funding to help developing nations to overcome the repercussions of successive crises hitting the world, on top of which is the coronavirus pandemic and the Ukrainian crisis. The inaugural session was attended by Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli, Minister of Finance Mohammed Maid, along with other ministers and senior statesmen. Later on the day, the head of state attended a debate session of the AIIB meetings on the role of development banks in mobilizing the capital needed for boosting investment in infrastructure, supporting development efforts, and creating more work opportunities. During the session, President Sisi asserted that emerging nations need low-cost financing to support them amid the current global economic crisis. The president expressed appreciation for the bank's role in financing infrastructure projects in Egypt during the past period. Sisi also stressed the importance of the private capitals in shrinking the gap of infrastructure projects financing, a problem beyond the capabilities of any government or even multi-party development bank to solely handle. Meanwhile, President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi met the bank president and chairman of the board of directors, Jean Lecun, on the sidelines of the AIIB meetings. The president lauded Egypt's hosting of the bank's 8th annual meetings and said he's looking forward to explore more cooperation fields with the bank in support for its transition into green economy. Lecun cheers the bank's close ties with Egypt's financial institutions and hailed the country's pioneering experience in the comprehensive social and economic development. He reiterated the bank's keenness in boosting its investment portfolio in Egypt, particularly with regards to financing infrastructure projects in its pivotal sectors. The 8th annual meetings of the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank meetings is held in Africa for the first time with the participation of more than 106 countries.
President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi on Monday received greeting cables from senior state officials marking the birth of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli wished many good returns for the occasion with all blessings, success and health to President el-Sisi and progress and prosperity to the Egyptian, Arab and Muslim peoples. The Prime Minister honored the occasion for having set a good, wise example worth following and a call for peace, security and goodness. Madbouli also sent a similar greeting cable to Al-Azhar Grand Imam Sheikh Ahmed al-Tayyib on the occasion. Chief of the National Election Authority, Walid Hamza, held on Monday a press conference to announce the details of the upcoming presidential elections. Councillor Hamza said that the authority is honored to announce the start of candidacy for a new 6-year presidential term from October 5th until October the 14th. He vowed that the upcoming elections will be held under a full judiciary supervision by assigning a judge for each ballot box. The authority chief reiterated that the authority stands on equal footing from all candidates. He called on the non-government civil society organizations to register for monitoring the election race. Councillor Hamza also appealed on all media means and concerned authorities to stick to neutrality and objectivity while covering the elections. He called on the electorates to cast their ballots on December 1st till the 3rd abroad and on December 10th till the 12th inside Egypt. The runoffs will be held on January 5th till the 7th abroad and on the 8th and 10th of January in Egypt, and the election's final result is slated for January 16th. Pope Tewodros II received on Monday at his papal residence in Cairo Minister of Health and Population Dr. Khaled Abdel Ghaffar. The meeting tackled means of boosting cooperation between the Coptic Church and the ministry in the health sector. Developing the Coptic hospital in Cairo was on top of the discussions. 100 Million Health's presidential initiative was also discussed during the meeting. Welcome back. The Petroleum Ministry launched an international bidding round on Monday for exploration in 23 open blocks in Egypt, with the offer deadline set for February 25th. According to an official statement, the round includes 10 areas in Egypt's Western Desert, 2 in the Eastern Desert, 7 in the Gulf of Suez, and 4 in the Red Sea. After recent similar offers, analysts and energy experts assumed that Egypt, as the most populous Arab country, has sought to position itself as a regional energy hub.